Hello, gorgeous. I am so happy to be here. If you have been following me for a while, you know that I kind of have random videos that are sometimes involving animals, sometimes not. And I just wanted to be really clear with you that my channel is changing. Okay. And things that you will start seeing posted here will now be all about that people pleaser within. I'm sure you've kind of seen a couple of them coming through, but I just want to give you a little heads up in case you are like, I'm not a people pleaser, I'm out. Totally fine. But if you do know a people pleaser, if you know someone, which there are so many traits to a people pleaser that most likely everybody has at least one of the traits kind of lurking in the background. So, but if you know someone, share this channel with them because I will be unveiling a 10 series here of pouring out your power. I have some really exciting things coming in January and February. And I just so look forward to sharing those with you. So stay tuned. You can also visit my website at hummingblissacres.com and go to the indulge page, and you can add yourself to my email list because I will be emailing that information first. But the people pleaser, I want to take the people pleaser. Hello. Hi. I was a people pleaser for 38 years of my life. Okay. So a really long time. A really long time. And people pleasing is not just who you are, it's a learned nervous system behavior. It was learned in your childhood, and it was something that is now subconsciously running to keep you safe. So there's a lot of things going on, and it's not just like a one and done. I listened to one video, I feel so much better. It's kind of a stair stepping layered onion effect where we have to peel back a little layer, peel back a little layer. But oh, girl, when you do, I'm going to take you from people pleaser to untamed badass. Okay. Untamed, not because you're mean, not because you're now a bitch. Okay. Which you'll feel like you're being when you've been a people pleaser for so long. You will feel like you are being a bitch. But most people pleasers cannot actually achieve that. It's just not deeply within them because they have such a logical sense to know where the limit is. But sometimes you got to reach all the way to that bitch to then like find your balance. Okay. So within this, there is a framework that I've created called Power. So the framework is your pattern recognition, your origin of awareness, like where the heck this came from. Again, because it doesn't just happen. Okay. It doesn't just happen. You weren't just born this way. It is a coping mechanism, a survival instinct that your nervous system created. Your window of safety, where is a good time to start working on this, and your embodied interruption, where you actually are in the moment of doing something that your normal subconscious has led you to do for years, and you are pattern interrupting in that moment. Okay. And then you are reclaiming your authority, being back to being this untamed, wild, badass, free soul earthling that you came here to be. Okay. Someone that you came here. You did not come here to freaking walk after someone, sweeping up after them and doing everything that you did. You're not Cinderella. Okay. Like this is not your Cinderella story. This is your untamed power up story. Show me your badass. Go on to create all the things. If that sounds good to you, stay around, share this channel, subscribe to it. I will be posting weekly from here on out because that's where life is now, quite frankly. So, and we will be talking about all the ins and outs. If you want to get on my email list, go to my website, go to the indulge page, be added. You can get a little goal freebie there. Just a little bit of thoughts about the goals and where you want to go, and then be added so that each week you can receive emails that have drippings of little things for you about your people pleaser. So episode 1 today, in the Stop Pouring Out Your Power, it is all about being liked. Stop pouring out your power to be liked. Okay. People pleasing is not about kindness. It's about survival. Okay. You are overly kind. You overly give so that you will feel safe in your relationships. You constantly edit yourself. You over agree. You change maybe some of your thoughts so that that person will feel like you are like them. Therefore, they can connect with you better. And or you shrink to be liked. If someone is a little more powerful, woman wise, coming in the room, immediately you can, I don't know if you can feel it, but your energy shrinks and you're like, oh, yeah, I don't know. You're more amazing than me. No, no. Okay, that is not what true sisterhood is, girls. We got to like raise each other up. This is such a dog eat dog world. We are just learning as feminine beings how to like empower each other because it's been like this race, right? Like the moment, it really was not that long ago that women got full rights. So what we've been doing is like elbowing each other to the top. But it's not like that anymore. But there is a deep wound in us all that makes us feel like that. Therefore, we run like that. Therefore, we treat other women like that. So the moment someone powerful walks in the door, we like drop everything and go, oh God. Well, she, okay, interrupt your nervous system. Okay. So your nervous system believes connection equals safety. You monitor other people's reactions. You adjust your behavior and you trade your authenticity for approval. Ugh. Like, even just saying that, doesn't that feel so sad and gross? Makes me want to like shake it out a little. Okay. And I say all this with like conviction now because I have lived through this, girlfriend. Others, and I'm actually having to unravel a little bit that started in my daughter because it just comes down the generations. Okay. But it ends up that you don't live the life that you wanted authentically because you're too busy chasing others. Okay. It's not because you're weak. It's just because that is what's happening in the background and your nervous system and your subconscious is running like that's how it's going to keep you safe. Okay. So you have to recognize the pattern. You can't stop seeking approval if your body believes that rejection is not survivable. You cannot stop seeking approval if your body believes that rejection is insurvivable. Okay. You have to start teaching your body that it's safe to be disapproved of. Ew, right? Like that's a hard one because so many people, we want to feel that's like part of our DNA, that's part of our coding, right? It goes back to ancient civilizations that like as a collective, we need to be part of something in order to be safe. We needed to be part of a tribe in order to be safe. Okay. But we've come so far, and the subconscious DNA generational wounds need to undo themselves a bit because it's not the same world we're living. And if you are rejected, and if you are told someone doesn't like you, or if you are told you're too much, that doesn't mean you are unsafe, but your nervous system thinks it is. So next time you're in a situation that you feel an urge for approval, that you want to say something or you want to shift or you can hear those thoughts because, oh gosh, people pleasers, right? Like, I don't know if you can relate to this. Most likely you can. If you're a people pleaser, you are, as someone is speaking, you're already in your mind being like, you're literally interpreting what they're saying and in your mind thinking of the answer. It's exhausting. It is so exhausting. It is so exhausting. Okay. Now that doesn't mean it'll completely shut off once you heal that, but you'll recognize it. You'll pull yourself back into the moment and you'll be like, okay, hold on. We're just going to be present. Okay. So when you're doing that, I want you to pause before you're like looping in your head. Pause, really feel your feet on the ground. Like, or if you can't stand, ground your butt into the chair and really like, ugh. Okay. Let your thoughts go to those things. Take a big, like inhale and exhale, like a soft one, where maybe that person doesn't notice. And then stop yourself or pause and say, gosh, can I get back to you on that? If it's a question they're asking. Okay. You need to stay present without disappearing and leaving your body, because that's what happens, right? Like we don't stay in our body. We're like, must leave body. We don't think of it that way, but that's what happens. We must leave body to go take care of this other person. Okay. So people liking us was like never actually the goal. It was just safety. But this is like the learned mechanism that was taught as a young child and what your nervous system embodied. And when somebody disapproves, when you speak up, and you might feel like it's so hard to even speak. And even if you like, or you start like sweating and panicking because you can't speak, because you have been trained like, no, don't speak. Because you need to just be agreeable, be likable, be the good girl. Anyway, this is a nervous system problem. Pattern recognition is the first step. But I'm going to be doing a series, and each one will have a little video like this to make you aware of it. And then I have some really, really awesome happenings coming. So please subscribe to it. Be here with me. Start learning, because girl, 2026 is coming and it's going to be an awesome year. Okay. But you have to like stay in it. You have to actually make the choice to stay present with yourself and to stop. Because why do you want to stop? Because people pleasing causes autoimmune diseases, because we need to break the generational habits, right? Do you want this going down to your kids? I know I didn't, but I didn't recognize it until my daughter was probably 6 or 7, is when I started working on myself, like really doing the work. So I like embodied this whole other person. And then I went, huh, there's a mini fire happening over here. Not because I did the same things that made me a people pleaser from my childhood, but because it like comes down, and she saw how I was behaving and she embodied that as well. They are your little mini me's. Ugh. Okay. And I was like, oh, hell no, girl. No, we're not doing this. No. So now we're working that out. So there are plenty of reasons to stop being a people pleaser. Join me on my way and I will show you. So have a wonderful day. All right. Bye, hun.